Yay!
Tonight,
we are doing Proud to Be Paranormal. Tomorrow is Proud to Be Paranormal Day, guys, but we always support it the night beforehand because it just happens to land on a Saturday. We don't do a show on a Saturday, so we do it on a Friday. So Proud to Be Paranormal is run by Barry Frankish. It's been done for many years now, and I always like to support it. So tonight, guys, we're going to talk about Stone Tape Theory and see where it goes for here, guys. Because you know us, we are good in rabbit holes. Some you don't want to go down, but you go down them. But that's this life. So how is everybody?
We're hot. we're sat in a Cheddar Gorge at the moment in Somerset.
Yeah.
It's not what I thought it was. I thought there was going to be loads of cheese and everything. It's not.
Oh,
explain what it is.
It's just a gorge. I don't know why it's called Cheddar Gorge either. The town's called Cheddar.
Yeah.
So it's a gorge in Cheddar.
Yeah. Massive cliffs. It's beautiful, isn't it? Really nice. So that's where we are today, but we're very well, aren't we? We're getting good health.
So why do they call the town Cheddar?
I don't know. I've not looked into that yet. I'll do it now.
Find out.
While you talk about some house.
What about you, Michael? How's things been with you? You seem to be really busy now.
I am. I have gone from just doing a couple shows here and there to I now have 2 shows that I'm active on. 1 show that is on hiatus right now. 1 show that premiered this month, Paul's Pop Culture Podcast. And so I am blessed to be a part of that, and that'll be once a month on the 3rd Wednesdays. And then in September, What the Frick Live with Emily Menshouse is returning on Sunday nights, and I will be co-hosting with her on that show. And while all that's going on, I will be writing. I will be paranormal investigating, making appearances. And as long as Willow sends invites and my schedule's available, I will be here.
Yay.
Yay.
Tim's found out why the place is called Cheddar.
Right. The village Cheddar gets its name from an old Celtic word meaning bag or pouch, which describes the shape of the Cheddar Gorge. The name was recorded in Cowdray around 880 in the will of King Alfred the Great.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
It means steep-sided opening or pouch-like chasm.
Interesting. I was imagining a guy named Cheddar found it or something, or the cheese was made there.
Yeah.
I'm like, neither one have anything to do with that, so that's kind of interesting.
It's the birthplace of the cheese.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Gina.
Very pretty.
Hi, Gina.
Britain's oldest complete. Britain's oldest complete human skeleton was discovered here.
Oh, and who was that?
Gina reminded me, as you guys were mentioning, what's going on. In September and December, there is Story Species, Story Medicine conference, a 1-day conference online that will be taking place. And so I will either be moderating again, or I might actually make another appearance as a speaker, or could be doing both. So you'll have to tune in and join us for the conference to find out.
Yes. Yeah.
So tonight we're doing Stone Tape Theory. So Tim's that will be excited. We're actually doing the stone tape theory.
Well, I want some information. I don't know nothing much about it.
But you did.
No.
Well, this is going to
You
be a
picked a
awkward
subject.
show then.
We'll
I
just
know
go
that
for it.
I reckon I've heard it rather than the ghost.
And what have you heard?
When I lived in Clovelly, there was a. I mean,
The
Clovelly's
one
old, like 10th century, and it's made of cobstone wool. And there's this fisherman's cottage where I took you.
Yeah, I went there yesterday.
There's an old piano forte in there, which is a bit like a early piano.
Mhm.
And you'd walk around there at night. It's a narrow street, and you'd hear it playing.
Oh wow.
Now, I don't know. Is it stone tape theory or what? I don't know.
Well, apparently
Okay.
stone tape theory is that ghosts and hauntings occur when traumatic events happen. That they've imprinted on certain stones or other materials, and it's basically replaying what happened. The idea of materials hold information for emotional events. Now, I quite do believe this, actually, right? Because there could be, you could walk into a place, right? Touch a stone, and you might have a connection with that stone. It's happened to myself. It's quite weird when you think about it, but it's a quite interesting subject, the stone tape theory. And I mean, the idea that environmental elements are capable of storing traces of human thoughts or emotions were actually introduced in the 19th century. So that's one of the ones that, do you know what? Some of us could have done stone tape theory and not even realised it.
Yeah, and so
I
here's some
went
stuff that
many years. Sorry, Michael.
I
Go
was
on.
say I found some stuff in theory of how it works. And the medium is you have to have specific geologic materials like quartz, limestone, magnetite.
Yeah.
And the play is not the recording doesn't physically alter the room. It's the energy of the human nervous system that's supposed to be, causing the observer to see or hear the past events replaying. And they're saying this is why we have residual hauntings. Is it stone?
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
It's odd that like more than one person can hear the same thing, though, isn't it?
Well, that's actually not so strange to me because I love the game that we play in America when we're growing up. I don't know if you guys have it in the UK, but it was a game called Telephone where you sit like 4 or more people in a circle. You whisper something into the person's ear to your left, and it goes around the circle.
Do you know what? I've seen that in a film. I've seen that in a film.
And the last person will say out loud what they heard. And the joke is, or the fun of it is to see what it started as and what it ended as.
Yeah.
And how it's never the same thing, really. And so, Tim, when you're saying, having people in there, but nobody's hearing the same thing, it's like I can whisper something to someone's ear and it doesn't come back to me the same way. That's,
Hey, Noreen,
it's
baby.
not uncommon.
Yeah, so
yeah, definitely.
My version it's I totally agree. It's all to do with whatever compound stone you use. It's like I'm a big believer in quartz holds a lot of energy. It can hold energies. Years ago, 100 years ago, they used to make, I don't know how long they stopped doing it, used to make mirrors from crushed down sand. So what have you got in sand? Quartz.
Right.
Yeah, you've got raw
Yeah.
quartz. It gets crushed down over millions of years. So what they used to do is get the sand, ground it down to use it to make the back of the mirror. So when if anybody's ever said to me about doing scrying, it
Hey,
depends on
Lynn.
what type of mirror you're scrying in. If you've got a really old mirror,
Hi, Line.
Hi, Elaine.
there's stuff, there's energy stuck in that mirror, and it's been stuck there for years. Lots of energies. And when you do scrying on a really good old mirror, this stuff comes through. I've seen it. I've witnessed it lots of times. And it does come through the old mirrors, not so much the new ones, but the old ones, yes, because they were made of that specific crushed up and ground down sand and quartz. And that's how they used to do it, because it's holding energies. So you're getting pictures of that. It's like, say, if you went to like St. Paul's Cathedral. You went to St. Paul's Cathedral in Italy. Michelangelo and his friends painted the ceilings. So if you could get, it's like having a record on an old record player. So if you put that down and it gets spun, it's going over lumps and it's making sound. And wouldn't it be good if you could do that on things like paintings or stuff like that, and spin something round and it catches all the, what noise you're going to get out of that? Are you going to get a noise from the past, from them? Is it their conversation that's been stuck in there because of the compounds that they would have used in paints?
Yep.
As well, there's all this different thing. There's got like walls, old walls, they hold the energies. I mean, down where we are now in Somerset, the amount of the buildings are so old. It's just amazing.
Welcome, everybody.
And you can feel the energy when you go past them.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? It's there. So it makes you wonder what gets stuck in what energy line on this place or wherever you are. So that's my vision. It gets stuck.
Yeah, well, I can
Gets
tell
caught
you,
up.
if you did the spinning on the painting,
Noreen
you're going to
says,
get the
I'm
artist
just gonna
going,
click this in, Noreen.
oh, fuck, I can't get this to work. Why isn't this color coming out right? And we all have a different picture of that artist. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Noreen says, I've got energy from sandstone, and Elaine says, interesting idea.
yeah. Another thing that
Yeah.
people don't realize actually is pottery records. And so
Yeah.
they have started to find that the ancient potteries and even modern pottery, if you play it a certain way, it will sit there and generate sound. And actually, I think they've even gotten words out of it, that it actually
Wow.
records. It's like a record, but nobody ever knew that. And
That's
so
glorious.
it's interesting
That's
that
interesting.
it's being embedded in the clay. And so it's something about the earthen materials that record.
Yeah.
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 The interesting
We
fact.
went to the
No,
we went to
indoors.
Glastonbury. We went to Glastonbury yesterday, and we went to that chapel
Yeah.
Which one?
by the Abbey.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Hi,
an old
Ben.
chapel
Long
there.
time no see.
It's
Welcome in. Hope you're well.
it's still got all the old fresco from when it was built. Beautiful. It's really good. So they paint over. They make a painting. Put I think this is how they do it. Correct me if I'm wrong. They'll put whitewash it, like lime it. When it's dry,
Yep.
they go over the same. So it's layering it up, layer after layer after layer.
Yep.
And these buildings are hundreds of years old. And it's absolutely beautiful. I'll have to put some pictures up on the site for everybody to see. But the only other time I've seen anything like that is in Chester, in the old castle chapel inside the old castle. And upstairs in that chapel, you can see it, but it's fading now. Now that was done in about 10, might be wrong on the date, 10:30 something. And it was done when they built the castle. They brought women over, women artists from Italy,
Oh wow.
and they painted that. Yeah. So it's really interesting. But this one here in Glastonbury is amazing. Never seen such detail. It's beautiful, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's holding that paint, isn't it? It's holding it, it's layering it
Yeah.
up. Again, it's just holding everything there. Yeah.
The
you
only
know
thing
what
that's
else?
interesting is when they go in and they touch up and they restore, does it
Yeah.
break and erase what's there and now
I don't
new
think so.
media is put on there, or how does that work? Because you have new material over where old material is missing, so does it just not
But
record?
over here, yeah, over here, it depends how listed your building is.
Yeah.
Because if you buy an old building and it's graded 2,
You're not
or
allowed to do anything.
you can't do anything to it. You can't put new windows in. Everything's got to be done exactly the way it was done when it was made,
Right.
Yeah.
with the same type of material.
Them
Yeah.
ones in Clovelly, you can't have the glazing on them.
No.
Wow.
No.
A single glaze sash window.
Well, and I'm referring
Do
to
you know what
like if you
else?
have an art fresco, like a painting on the wall, like a mural, you know, though the media
They clean them
they
up, don't they?
use is no longer available. So that's what I mean. I
Yeah.
wonder if that erases or alters because it's new material over old, even though it's the same, it's
Yeah.
different.
Right. I think. Do you know the one that always comes to my head when we say stone tape theory is Stonehenge? That always comes to my head all the time.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm curious is, like Michael was saying, is when they're stupid protesters threw paint at Stonehenge, I wonder if they've took away the energy from it. But then I think to myself, everybody, even ourselves, right, as humans, when we're touching things or even touching a wall, we could be leaving an imprint in memories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the difference
Doesn't matter
is
what we're touching.
yeah, but the difference is if I like put like one finger on the side of one of the, you know, stones at Stonehenge, chances are I haven't really damaged really anything. The oil on my finger may do a little, not a lot. But when you put paint on, you have to spray that down with heavy water, so it is altering the condition of the stone to
Yeah,
remove
no, I
that.
totally agree with
So
that.
you're removing a layer in essence of the stone. So yeah, a whole lot of history just got erased out of that protest.
Yeah.
It's a big problem at Stonehenge and ancient sites because
Hey,
at
Rainbow.
Stonehenge, there's very rare lichens on there that grow nowhere else in the
Right.
world.
Yeah.
So they can't use any like solvents on it.
Yeah.
If anybody puts paint on there, it's a real pain because they can't. It'll
Aye.
kill the rare lichen.
Yeah, and I will say though, the thing that I admired actually about the protest where they put the stuff on the paint on the Stonehenge was how the people, you know, gathered around and said, "You realize that which you were trying to protect, you have now destroyed." And have deteriorated, so your argument has no water, and that entire protest was like washed out, and it's like they messed themselves up and was like, yeah, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're wanting to preserve this by destroying it. That doesn't make any sense. And everybody just was like,
No.
yeah, no, it
And
didn't work.
the rubbish they leave as well. The rubbish. They leave rubbish like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Well,
I
if you
think it was like one of those gender reveal things, like parties for kids. I think they were
Oh my
just doing it to
God,
be
Yeah.
I
fun,
have
and then
seen
we go,
some of
"Oh
them.
no, we're protesting this," and it was like, "Yeah, no, you're not."
Well, honestly.
We're going to Avebury tomorrow. Avebury Stone Circle tomorrow.
Oh,
That is
amazing.
a huge
Which is
amount of history there.
Yeah.
That's the biggest circle in the world. That is.
Yeah, I was talking with Dennis Stone, who owns America's Stonehenge, a megalithic site, and he was talking about going to Avesbury, and a lot of the
Yeah.
stones from Stonehenge came from Avesbury. The quarry is
Oh,
there,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I'm gonna walk.
it was like
Yeah.
Go on.
all, and there's so many stones still there, and they had their own megalithic structures in Avesbury.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been there many times. You can get you. They hold big energies. If you get a single dowsing rod and hold it a
That's
little way away
fine.
from the stone,
That's fine, honey.
it will turn into the stone. It turns into the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The phase is so much energy. I'll show you tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go around every one of them
You
and
won't.
touch them.
It'll take 2 days. You won't.
Really?
Yeah.
It is
Oh.
a large site. Yeah.
Do you know what I
And some
often
of them they found out there's like, and I saw something, a blurb about this on a show where they were flying over Avesbury and they noticed there's a circular structure that looks just like
Yep.
Stonehenge,
Really?
but it doesn't have the stones per se like Stonehenge has around, but it's like this was definitely like it's the same as this. Why now are there's now two? And they're like,
Yeah.
are these connected? And I think somebody was commenting that they found either a road, an ancient road, or a tunnel maybe where
Yeah.
Avesbury is connected to Stonehenge.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Well, it's on the same ley line, I believe,
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goes
Do you know
straight
something?
across from Cornwall all the way up.
When you look at the stone tape seed in itself, it's like what do they call it? Psychometry. When you can touch objects and get information off them.
Psychometry.
Psychometry.
That's it, psychometry.
I can do psychometry. I'm very good. Yeah, I'm very good at that.
That's like, but I learned that term means measuring the soul.
Oh,
So there you
Yeah.
go, guys.
I've always been able to do it. Yeah.
The guy that actually found it in 1842, he was interested in the impressions that people left on objects, but also claimed we could unlock and interpret these imprints with the right techniques. Though many of paranormal enthusiasts are probably familiar with this idea of the place, like in the 19th century. But I find the stone tape theory so interesting. I really do. It's right up there with ley lines. I find
Yeah.
ley lines amazing.
So here's something interesting, and I feel like there's a lot of truth to it, but I will preface this that it does come from a TV show, so some of it may not be so real. But there was a show, and if I remember the title correctly, it was Crossing Borders or something. They were solving crimes, and they could cross the borders and investigate different crimes in different areas in Europe. They were based out of Europe. Well, they had this camera that they put up in like a room or something, and it would scan the room, and they could tell there was 3 men in that room at one time.
Yep.
And they could recreate the imagery of what happened in that room before they got there. even though there's nothing in that room. They could tell where furniture was. They could tell where paintings on walls were. It's like they could recreate the room that's barren. And I looked at that and I always thought that was so cool that they could tell the path that people walked in that room crossing through and where they went, how they arrived, and all of this out of thin air.
See, I can do that. I can do that, Michael. And it's all about, say I went in a room like that and I could feel, I can feel certain energies, and you know, you can feel like you put something there or something was there or there was a walkway. I can feel all that. When I go in the zone, I'm there. And it's really interesting. It's like I could
Thanks,
Yeah.
Nicola.
I go into the zone.
Elaine will confirm that. She's still listening. Elaine, when we went to Lowestoft, how she picks up on these things that unless she picked a history book up, she wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And she didn't pick no books up.
No.
Is that right, Elaine? She's still there?
Yeah, so it's really interesting because you can just, not you, but I can just, I suck all this energy into
the
them.
show is called Crossing Lines. It was 3 seasons,
Crossing
2013 to 2015, and it was the International Criminal Court that hired them and they worked for.
Wow. Yeah. So I believe all that what you're saying, like, it's absolutely spot on. Because I do that.
Yeah, you do.
I don't do it deliberately. I don't do it all the time, but go to certain places, and you know, it could be an empty building.
Yeah. I mean,
and you just turn because you can feel them there or feel the energy. And then if I look into my mind over, I could tell you that I've done it lots of times when I've been to my circle, and I've described places. I didn't even know where they were, but I described it down to the T, the flooring, the furniture that they had, what they had on the fire, what the shoes were like, what the front door, the back door, everything. And I've hit the nail on the head because everyone I've got or done up to now has resounded with people who have come there. I don't know them. I don't know where they live. I haven't got a clue where they live. I don't know anything about them. And I've gone and I've hit the nail on the head every single time. And it's really interesting. It's really, really interesting just to take yourself off somewhere. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Henry Price. Obviously, he advanced his theory about psychic ether. He proposed that there was a realm where memories or thoughts were permanently stored. Price said it was psychics and others connected with the spiritual world were able to access the realm and interpret the memories it housed. We're good. Well, we're good. How are you, my love? But thanks very much. Thank you. But as it's one of these main concepts that are really, really interesting, and it's funny how you can see stuff, you know, or you hear stuff, and you just think to yourself, "Well, where did that come from?" But definitely, was there no a film, a 1972 film made? I think called The Stone Theory. I'm sure there was.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Look up.
Yeah.
It was.
I can look that up real quick.
I believe I may
go
have
on.
found my children taken by the RPA after birth. I hope you have found your children.
Oh, there is a movie, The Stone Tape, in 1972 British television horror sci-fi film broadcast by the BBC. Written by Nigel Neal and directed by Peter Sadsey. And it's a 90-minute film.
I knew there was a film about the Stone Tape Theory. But
Yeah.
you know, how many times have we went out and seen like or experienced stone tape theory or residue energy, like a haunting? We've all done it. We've all done it. Maybe we would have never realised we've done the stone tape theory. Because I would
Yeah.
have said after tonight, I wouldn't have known I've done the stone tape theory. I would have been like, no, I've never done the stone tape theory. But I have. So you learn something new every day, folks.
And one thing I don't like about a lot of these theories is they always say there has to be trauma. There has to be,
Not
you know, it's a
necessarily.
traumatic event that, you know, recorded this and created this. Because I'm like, I don't believe that it has to be traumatic. I can go in someone's house that has no trauma there and put my hand on a wall and feel the energy of the house and feel where, you know, people have moved around. And so I think too many people get caught up in the, oh yeah, you know, this is here because something traumatic happened. I'm like, not necessarily. And now we've kind of tainted and skewed the entire investigation to this persona versus being open to all of them.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, because you could touch something, right, and find that it was a wedding that you see, and you feel like you want to walk down the altar. It could be anything. It could be a number of things. I'm like you, Michael. Not everything is traumatic in places like we investigate. I've been in places where it's a nice, calm aura and you have good thoughts. But I've also been in places where it's been like, holy shit. Like, you know, like Glennock's Castle. When you've got people walking around about you and you can hear them talking. And I think when I heard that sigh, that confirmed to me, holy shit, you know. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there. Right, so obviously, when I go to other places, I get different reactions, different strokes for different people.
Yeah, you get a strangeness feeling. Like in Boscastle where we went, there's all kinds of stones there, all kinds. But a lot, you know, when people line their drive and they put stones on top of walls and they put stones around their drive and along the road and on the patio, it's always quartz.
Never seen nothing like it.
Quartz.
Big giant chunks
quartz.
Of quartz.
Not other rocks. They just put quartz everywhere, like some kind of protection, it feels.
Yeah.
The whole
place has got people are going out of the way to make things out of quartz and make walls out of quartz rather than smaller stones or different stones.
They had a flood there, didn't they? When
1984. No. 1990 something.
1990 something it was, or was it 2004?
2004.
We had some floods here, Michael, and they were so bad.
Oh, hello! Where are you been, stranger?
Yeah.
And what it did, because it was coming down from the valleys and the hills all the way down, it washed.
It destroyed half the village.
And it washed it out to sea.
Which is in Cornwall.
Now, we went to see the Witch Museum.
Yeah.
Fascinating. You'd love that, Michael. You would love it. It's
worldwide famous. It is.
Amazing place, and it's got all these different objects behind glass.
But it's just quartz everywhere.
So I was made up. We went in. We thought it was going to be closed. It was at first, but we went in and we went through, and I was reading this wall of names, and there was hundreds and hundreds of names, and it was about just witches that people were accused of being witches, and they got killed for it.
Yeah.
And it was just the tip of the iceberg. Nobody famous on there that we know of, like the Pendle witches or anything. But it was just a little bit. And I was looking through it, and this orb went straight in front of me. And I said, "Oh, did you see that?" And you didn't see anything.
I never saw it, did I?
He doesn't tune me. And then I looked round. I'm looking
I don't see nothing.
looking for people taking photographs. Any lights,
Yeah.
deflection, anything. There was nothing. There was no. And then it came back again. And then it went again. I thought, oh, that's amazing. We went upstairs to where all the voodoo dolls were. Now
It's an amazing place.
that was really, really interesting. I wouldn't touch anything. Wouldn't touch the glass. Wouldn't touch nothing. You could feel it coming. But I got all it was like broken glass, tingly stuff going all down my arm. And I went, oh my God, and it was electric glass or whatever. Then it went down my right leg.
Yeah.
So after we'd done the tour, which was really, really interesting, we went downstairs and I chatted with the man that owns it. I think he is. I was really interested. I told him what happened, and he looked at me and he went, "Well, that's interesting," he said, "because we caught something on the cameras a couple of months ago in exactly the same places that you said." He told me about the orbs they caught, and I'd seen them, and people feeling these things in a certain way. But then, to me, my mind's saying, is it a bit of electricity in the air, a bit of static? Yeah, look at everything. I don't believe something happens. Oh yeah, that's because of that. You've got to debunk it. I've got to debunk it. But the whole place has been rebuilt with quartz, so it's almost like they've got this protection going on after the floods.
And
they're trying to
what I find kind of
you can feel it.
And what's interesting about the witchcraft and all of that is in Britain, the witch trial, you had the witch trials and resolved them, created laws that, had to be followed to, accuse someone of being a witch. And then we come to America and we have the Salem witch trials. And then, there's a few more, cases in England, but everybody, when you go and you say, oh, witch trials now in history, will all go Salem in America. It's like nobody remembers anymore, really, the English. And so I always find it interesting how it was overshadowed, and I kind of can't help wonder if, some of these people were like, oh, well, because we can't accuse people here, let's go over there and let's stir the pot over there, and no rules. And it just went nuts is the best way to put it. But I mean, and that may explain why, Salem was so much more recorded in history than in England. It was resolved in England, but now we were able to stir it up in America where, we can go rampant and there's no rules now.
Yeah.
No, we've got no rules here. We've got people who are what's the word? People who don't like it and they try and stamp it out, don't they?
Yeah.
They call you devil worshippers.
It's all about calling your names, isn't it? Yeah, it is calling your name.
Even still in the 21st century, as much as witchcraft and occultism,
these days, they call us, what do they call the conspiracy theorists? Them days it was witches, and I think a lot of it was. See, was it King John had changed the rules? Was he?
I can't remember.
I'm not sure. He changed the rules, the Bible,
King
so that he could get rid of people. So if you had anybody in the village, they had no doctors. So if you had people in the village,
I think the government people messed up when they tried to use conspiracy theory as a title to put people down, because now when you go to insult someone and go, oh, you're a conspiracy theory, everybody goes, thank you. Yes, I am. And they're like, I wear that proudly. And it's like, oh, it doesn't sting anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's like a
No,
badge of honor
you
now.
know what? We've got
But the witches, what do they do with? Sorry, what do they do with the witches? They just shut up women
They
who
weren't
had
just
big mouths,
weren't just
men.
women.
Yeah, men
There
who had.
was two men in Northampton in
Yeah.
the trials.
And if you had a big mouth, what they did, they shut you up. Or if your husband had got fed up with your answering him back, me wife's a
Yo,
witch. That's
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ,
It's
thank
not that
the
men
Lord
didn't
it's
get
not happening there, I would be fucked.
yeah. It's not that men didn't get accused. It's nobody understood the term. Like if you went up and I said Tim's a warlock, nobody would sit there and go, "Oh, you know,
No, they
that's
don't know.
he's a witch." Nobody knew that's what a warlock was. They were like,
That
"Oh,
was from films, wasn't it?
Yeah.
sorcerer.
We
Yeah.
don't have that.
Different."
Warlock.
But yeah,
William says
Yeah.
See,
they
yeah.
were being
we've got
accused.
American
It
influences.
just nobody knew what they were being accused of because they were thinking, "Oh, that's like a sorcerer, but that's not a witch." And it's like, you guys are driving me nuts with this because
Yeah, but it wasn't just that though, was it? If you went against what they said and disagreed with them, you're like them.
oh yeah,
So that was a control thing, wasn't it? It was controlling you. So if you thought, oh, you know, they're all right, them people, but they've been doing this, that, and the other, which is all right. They haven't bothered us. They've helped us in the past to give us some herbs.
Yeah.
There are no doctors then, but they give us some herbs. Anything goes wrong, they're getting hung.
Yeah.
yeah.
You'd have been on.
I'd have been hung straight away.
William says we've got American influences over here.
I make my own self.
I totally agree with you.
But I tell you what, I don't have any
Definitely, William.
medication. Yeah.
We have got loads of American influences over here.
So the thing that I find comical in the most part is, especially in Britain, and I'm not referring to you three with this, but I will hear them all the time going, "Oh, witches are evil. Witches, were devil worship, and they did this and this and this." And I go and I look at them and straight faced, I go, "Do you realize majority of everything you do comes from the pagans?"
Yeah,
yeah, that's
were
right.
the originators in your land and taught you everything, and they're like, no, that's different. I'm like, no. It's like, no. And so,
it's like people pass down, don't they? They pass down from generation about, oh, this is how you make that. That's how you make that. Little cures.
Yeah.
Now, all this stuff the governments were putting out, you can't use herbs, they're dangerous. No, because they're using them.
They want to sell it to you. They
Yeah.
don't want you to get it for free.
Witches, Rainbow says witches and wizards we feared because they did not hate Satan. The one who became powerful knew you couldn't hate with that power. That is dangerous, but they only heard devil worship. See, the thing that really gets me, guys, right, is when they turn round, right, something happens. Say somebody kills an animal, right? They always assume it's a Satanist. Why don't you go? Why don't you say,
It's true, though.
you know what? How did you know that they were Satanists? They could be little bastards who have been let off their life. But you're sitting there calling them Satanists. You're fucking nuts.
They are.
Here's the thing that drives me the most batty about people with mainstream religion. In the beginning, there was God. Yes, there was a higher power. But there was only God. Satan did not start to exist until 325 AD with the Council of Nicaea. There is no mention in any book prior to that of anyone being referred to as Satan. And so when people go, oh, he's been around from the beginning and he's been, Jesus fought Satan. I was like, Jesus never met Satan because Satan didn't exist when Jesus was walking the world. So hate to break it to you, never happened because It's,
Rainbow
you
says
know,
people
and
at the time don't know better, brainwashed by authority. I totally agree with you. Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
And no offense to MD who's this religion, the Christian and the Catholic side of things, you know, but you were always rammed with the 10 Commandments. This is how you should live. See, if you actually picked up a Satanist book and actually read it, you'd realise that they tell you how to, you know, live your life by how you want. But yet, the Christian and the Catholic, you've got 10 Commandments. That's what you've got to. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah.
I should
Yeah.
really know these 10 Commandments because I went to a Catholic school. But
No, you broke them all. That's why you should know them.
that's exactly why I've gone.
so,
But it's just nuts.
Well, perhaps not murder.
No.
Perhaps not
Well,
murder.
no
but
murder.
if you really want to know about the commandments, watch Mel Brooks. He has them coming down with 15 and he drops what it goes. These 10 commandments.
Rainbow says every human now will understand that witches and evil is just not the same. Do you know what?
Oh,
I would say a lot of pagan Wicca Satanism is more popular than Christian and Catholic.
It is.
there's
You know,
something about
when we was up on the hill last night
On the
on the
tour.
tour, the majority of those people up there doing the dancing and the chanting and playing the drums
Pagan.
were young people
Yeah.
around the age of 20.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's something interesting about evil that I've recently, like kind of discovered and kind of figured out about it, and that is, we all will agree words are kind of like spells, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah,
you look at
they are.
evil, what is evil? Evil is live reversed.
Yep.
So when you're
Yeah.
doing something evil, you're not living. So therefore,
Yeah.
For someone to do an evil act, that means they are doing an act that is taking them out of living.
Yeah.
So the crime fits the act because of that. And it's like when I realized, live spelled backwards is evil, I was like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes so much sense that they are doing the opposite of living by doing all of these deeds. And it's right there in front of us. We've been knowing this, but
See, what
nobody's paid attention.
Yeah. My favourite saying, Michael, is just be very careful what comes out of your mouth, because once it's out, you can't put it back in.
Well, that goes for a lot of things, but
Yeah.
Right, that's plenty.
Spelling. Yeah.
Well, William says there is a lot of hearsay and conspiracy in the news. People always would rather to follow the conspiracy than the actual facts. They want to make things more complicated than what it is or was. You can't break people from such fantasies. Rainbow says
in Belgium it is called spelling.
It's called spelling.
Television is television. Yeah.
Television.
Yeah, that's another famous one.
That's pretty crazy.
Is, we look at a lot of the words like impossible, they try to tell us, it means something can't be done. But in actuality, what you're saying is I'm possible.
That's right.
And so,
yes.
Listening to Michael, I'm actually fascinated because I've never ever thought of words properly.
I know it's something I stumbled on kind of recently, looking at words and being like, we always say this is impossible. We say this is impossible. We're saying, okay, I can't do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can't do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can't do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying, okay, I can do it. No problem. But when you go, man, this is impossible, you're saying I always look at people now and go, yes, I am. And they kind of look at me like, what? I said, you just said I'm possible. I'm like, yes, I
Yeah.
am. And they're like, that's
Yeah.
not what I meant. I'm like, but it's what you said.
It's absolutely nuts, guys. Here's a question for you,
And
right?
here's
For
one
you
that'll
in the
blow your
chat,
mind
for
real
the
quick, Willow. This one will get you. This one
What?
gets everyone. The word believe. Lie is at the center of it.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's true.
That is
Yeah.
actually, when you think about it,
Yeah, that one,
lie is
I
in the
get
middle.
chills whenever I like bring that one to awareness, and I'm like, God, a lie is at the heart of believe. So
Believe.
what are we really
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, believe my lie.
Be lie Eve is kind of what it is, and because lie is right there in the middle, and people don't realize it, and they say, oh, you got to believe this, you got to believe that, or I had this belief. And at the very heart of it is the word
Is lie. That's actually,
Yeah.
to finish the show, that is pretty mental. Now you've got me thinking, about every word that's said. William says everything
I
is
thought I was getting a little
vibration.
fluggy
It
over
moves.
there with you, Lois.
Understands
Yeah.
what this means, and you're on your first step to understanding the world around you much better. Do you know what, guys?
Yeah.
I find William interesting. I really, really do, because he comes out with good
You
stuff.
should read the Kybalion. Amazing book. That's all with vibration. Brilliant book.
Ah.
Yeah. I bet you've read it, haven't you, Michael?
I've heard of it. I haven't actually read it from I think I might have.
You can get it free. You can get it downloaded for free on the internet.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that because I've moved
Yeah,
a
have a
few
look at it.
places, and so some books got, I think, accidentally left behind some places.
Makes sense.
Or I
Right.
wrote it down to order it, and then I get to doing something, and then I lose that piece of paper, and then I find it later, and I'm like, what is this? I don't know. Get rid of it.
It sounds
Yeah.
fun. Rainbow says believe. Running from the blessing to be here in the first place. Believe. You know what? That's a pretty good one. That is a pretty good one, Rainbow. I love it. Love it. So guys, the question was, right, obviously it's Proud to Be Paranormal Day. What part of the paranormal would you say, or what sort of moment were you proud of in the paranormal?
Nothing, me. I just was interested. I wouldn't say I'm proud about it to be it.
Mm-hmm.
I just like doing it. I'm just interested in it. I'm not proud to be interested in it.
I'm proud to be in it with you lot, to be honest with you, because you're so interesting, and I can be very interesting.
Yeah.
I can be.
Yeah.
But,
Tim,
I find the people.
I think I got one for you, Tim, that you can get behind and say proud.
Yeah.
I am proud of the fact that we can actually talk about the paranormal and not be shunned and told to go be quiet in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have done that anyway.
Oh yeah.
That's what I don't care. I don't care what people think.
Yeah, but
I don't give a shit about
at
it.
least now it's like I'm proud of the fact that others are.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
up
know what you
and
mean. Yeah, I get it.
sharing,
Yeah.
because we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what, guys?
See, and I also care. I'm proud of it, because there's not a lot of people really. I know there's a lot of different paranormal groups, blah blah blah, lots of them, but there's not really loads who will come out and have good discussions about things that are out of the norm, because it's something that people just won't do because they're embarrassed. Well, I'm not embarrassed. I'm really proud of the people I know, the people I've met, and the conversations that we have, and more people should do it. So that's why I'm
Definitely.
proud of the people I
You
love.
know what,
I
guys?
have one for
I
you,
have-
Willow.
Oh, go.
I'm proud of the fact that the paranormal is changing and expanding
Yeah.
every day.
Yep. Yep. I am.
Because when
Do you
we
know what,
think
guys?
about it, look at paranormal. When we first started, what was it? Everybody, if you said the word paranormal, what would everybody go? Oh, you're one of those ghost people that goes looking for
Ghostbusters.
ghosts.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
Now you say paranormal, and they're like, "Oh, you're into this. You're into that. Oh, are you one of those that's into this?" And it's like a whole new, like, broad field now, to where it's not that one little niche that we
Yeah.
like stuck our toe in with, and we're like, "Yes, this is where we started." It's like, no, we are so much further now. We're talking portals. We're talking gateway.
Aliens.
Yeah.
And
Skinwalkers.
it's like, yeah. And so I'm
Um,
proud that, we are growing and changing, adapting,
Yep.
and
Yeah, I agree 1,000,000%.
going forward.
Rainbow says you're good people. Thank you for being authentic. You're very welcome, my love. Very, very welcome. Do you know what I'm grateful for, guys? I am grateful for yous and the people in the chat, and I'll tell you why. People don't believe in para-unity, right? They say para-unity is old shite, right?
Oh,
But
I do.
I believe in para-family. When you create your own family and you create your own circle and you feel comfortable and you can talk about things and there's no arguments and then it doesn't get personal, I love it, guys, because we can sit and have a conversation. I might be wrong about something, Lynn
Yeah.
might be right about something, but do you know what? We discuss it in an adult manner, but there's no shouting, there's no bickering, it's and there might be something that Michael knows that I don't know. And it's really good. And for the viewers, I can't say honestly, I can only count in one hand the amount of bad experiences I've had doing the podcasting. But the rest of the people have come in have been amazing. And then they become family too. Because they're like,
Yeah.
they're not just your regulars, they're not just your average Joe that comes in. You start bonding with these people. And I am goddamn grateful for the viewers, because without the viewers we wouldn't have any of these shows.
No, we wouldn't. And I say that all the time. And I mention para-unity every once in a while, and people will say to me, "Oh, that's such a tarnished word." And I said, well, good. I'm able to put a little spit shine and put a little luster back into it then, because of the way I'm using
I'm
it.
just quite quickly
it's like, yeah.
the comments. Paranormal equals being paranoid about what's actually normal. I never thought. Rainbow, you're coming out with good crackers tonight.
Actually,
William
though,
says,
I
I'm
don't
really
quite
into
agree with
spiritual
that.
alchemy.
Because we're not
Paranoid.
being paranoid. Paranoid's not the right word for it.
No.
No, it's not
William
paranoid.
says, "Thank you,
Paranormal.
pop out back now for the family."
So paranormal,
back.
actual definition of paranormal is aside from the normal or next to the normal.
That's it.
And that's what the paranormal is. It's not being paranoid or afraid of or, thinking better than. It's just something that's existing next to the norm that doesn't quite fit what's viewed as normal. So they put it in the paranormal category, which we're happy to talk about and deal with.
Oh God, yeah. There's so many subjects out there, guys.
We're weird. You can call us weird.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I have a friend who does a haunted house, and she has a huge banner that she always puts up and says, "These weirdos are my tribe." And I'm like, I feel so damn proud every time I go there and see that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How boring it would be to be normal.
I know.
What is the definition of normal? We don't know, and we'll never ever know. Guys, I just want to begin to...
No, what is the?
Sorry, Tim, on you go, love.
Yeah. No, go on, carry on.
I just want to begin
All right.
to
Forgot what I was going to say now. Smile.
Elaine says,
You
I
just
love
thought you
beer.
were going to do an hour show today, Willow, but you're not. We're not going to let you get away with just an hour show.
Oh, so are we going? Are we going for 2 hours?
No.
No. No, because it'll be dark and we won't be able
Won't
to
be
see.
able to
Hey,
see you.
I actually did a 4-hour podcast.
Oh,
4
Yeah.
hours. Wow.
I'm gonna get a cup of tea in a minute.
Noreen says, we are
Wendy,
all
the-
one big happy family. We are, Noreen.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can carry on though. You can
I
carry on.
mean, I'm not Alien 8 UK that's doing like 24-hour marathons. I can't. I don't have the, I don't
Yeah,
have the
Andy.
stamina.
Andy.
I love Andy to death. He's an awesome mate, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have the energy to do back-to-back
Yeah,
shows
that's
for so
24
many
hours.
hours.
Yeah.
I've been investigating with Andy lots, Michael. I lived in the same town as him, so we were out together a lot.
Yeah, I'm wanting to get over in his area, or if he comes in this
Yeah.
area, I'll be like, dude, we're totally gonna go do something. Cause so here's a funny story: is I came on Andy's show, and he and I had this history, and Nicole had only seen me a few
Yeah,
times,
Elaine, I know you mod for Andy.
and all of a suddenly, Andy and I are like chit chatting about stuff, and we're like this and this, and Nicole goes, "We have done an hour to an hour and a half show with
Yeah.
Michael, and I have learned nothing paranormal from him." And I was like, and Andy and I looked at each other, we were like, "And your point is?" And she's like, "We need to get him back on to do paranormal." I was like, "I'll come back on," but yeah, we always go on tangents, and we just
Oh,
have great fun on the show.
well, William says the paranormal, the supernatural, of the unknown all have different meanings. You're right, and I'll tell you why, because there's different things under different categories. When it comes to paranormal and the supernatural and the unknown. Elaine says she's seen you, Michael. She's seen
Yeah.
you on there.
I used to be on there quite a lot, and then my schedule got busy and his schedule got busy, and so I need to reach out to him and pop back on there.
Do you know what? That's
him
actually
about
quite a
doing-
good point. I haven't spoke to Andy in ages, to be fair. I'll need to get him back on the show because he was really, really interesting, and I'm dying to know about that bloody jar that sits beside him with whatever's
Just talk about that little alien doll.
That and the
whatever's in it.
pterodactyl. Has he told you about the pterodactyl?
No.
Yeah. Over Milton
Oh,
Keynes.
Willow, you are missing out if you haven't heard the pterodactyl story.
Oh, tell me.
Oh, that's Andy's story.
No, Andy's story.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I need to tune in, and you need to tell me about the pterodactyl story.
And Elaine, no, you cannot tell Andy's story either. You got to make her go to Andy to get it.
Definitely.
What was you'll like this one, Lois. Listen to this. What was we watching today when we were going on about shapeshifters, wolf men?
Where?
We were watching something on here.
Oh,
I liked him. Where?
Paul Sinclair.
Paul Sinclair.
Paul Sinclair.
Yeah.
I'll need to check
Yeah.
him out.
And this policeman, described what you've seen in Rendlesham Forest.
Holy fuck. No way.
He described it.
Hold on, put the kettle on.
Yeah,
Well,
see, Willow, Elaine says it's a good story from him. So
Yeah,
there
stop
you go.
teasing me. But no, I'm actually invested in what Lynn's saying, so I'll need to watch that. I will need to watch that. Because that's good. Michael says, oh sorry, Elaine says, Michael, I'm OGG YouTube.
Oh,
Okay.
William says, once upon a time.
Oh, I know what she's talking about. She's saying her YouTube channel handle, because I always see people in my chat rooms from YouTube, and so she's identifying who she is on YouTube. I'm on your wavelength now, Elaine. I get it. Thank you for letting me know that.
But no, I definitely need to watch that. I think after this, guys, and after I've said the wee one, I'll definitely go and watch that, because that's really perked my interest.
yeah.
Especially.
If you want a good werewolf story, I can tell you one that you will never find on any movie, any podcast, maybe, or any television show.
Right, tell me.
Tell us.
Well, I thought you were ending the show. I thought you were ending the show, Willow.
No, because you're. Do you know what? You're a pain in the ass. Right, tell me the story.
No. So I'll tell you this story. This comes from my disclosure show, Riding Through the Unknown. So there is a program known as the Secret Space Program, where the government operates by utilizing people, and spiritual beings utilize people as well for program activities. Well, one of them was, and I had this confirmed through 3 different sources, and it seems kind of true, but I don't know. I'll leave it for you to think about. But so the government, or this agency, we'll say agency, tapped individuals, took their consciousness, put it into an altered being, and that being can shift into werewolves. They're like in DNA. They're feline, it's in their DNA to do that. So they have the ability to go back in time or go forward in time. They can manipulate time. And so I asked some people, are the werewolves that have been written about on this planet, are they alters from the Secret Space Program? And they all kind of shook their heads yes. That the people witnessed the programs being operated, but they weren't supposed to be operated. So what do? They try to make the people that witnessed it look crazy, and took the werewolf lore and made it into this, you're going to be fooled, or you're going to be deemed foolish if you believe this. And that's why there's no accounts really of seeing the body of a werewolf, or seeing a werewolf corpse, or all of a sudden werewolves are in history and then they disappear, and then centuries later there could be another werewolf story, and then nothing. It's because of the operations. Just something to think about. That part of our current history is written about in the past, about now.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
How's that for a story?
Yeah. That was actually quite really good. Elaine says there's so many stories about Rendlesham. It's brilliant there. Do you know what, Elaine? I would go and live there 24/7 because it's amazing there. I do love it. William says, don't you tell me Donald Trump is a wolf. Cheeky. Rainbow says, I am wolf. To me, the werewolf archetype is an earth archetype we choose before coming. I see it as my inner earth inner form. But do you know what?
Possible. There's several tribes. There's several werewolf clans all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what?
No smoke without fire. Yeah.
That's it. I'll even give you one better than that. in Glasgow, apparently, there was a vampire in the Gorbals. And they have a
I've
big.
heard that.
They do actually have a big painting, like somebody's painted on the wall, the
Yeah.
vampire. So if you ever go near the Gorbals, you'll see the picture of the vampire. It's a really interesting story. You should research that one.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to, here's one that'll really make your mind bend. If you ever want to have a conversation with a werewolf, know you already have.
Yeah.
How?
I have a
means
werewolf altar. I
Yeah.
can wolf out. And so I have actually seen myself transform into wolf state.
Wow.
That's absolutely nuts.
Not on the physical
Do you know
earth
what?
realm, but in the astral realm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so there you go. You know, that's why I know some
No,
things
that's
about the
another
werewolf.
subject.
Yeah. I've been
See, that's another.
I've changed
never ever
sometimes. Yeah, be
No, we've
careful.
never ever covered in this show. Funny enough, is vampires, werewolves, and other creatures. We've always went to cryptids. I know, Rena, I said cryptids for you. We've always done cryptids, but we've never actually done who's the werewolf at your lot? Certainly no me. I'm no hairy. That's what William's asking. Who the mate, Rainbow says, love that. Michael saying, I have seen myself jump out the mirror and become the wolf. That's pretty crazy.
Where's
But
Anglo-Saxon?
tell you what, guys,
Where's
next
Anglo-Saxon
Friday
for
night.
man?
Is it?
Next Friday. That's crazy. Next Friday night, we'll talk about vampires, werewolves, and other creatures that we've not spoke about before. I think that would be a good show.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
I'll have to catch the replay. I will be on vacation.
Oh,
when you're going for vacation?
Yeah, I will be gone for 5 days, but I'm just taking a break from shows and doing some stuff to recharge. So
yeah.
I know we haven't talked about. I'll tell you what. Thursday can be about cryptids, and Friday can be about obviously vampires, werewolves, and other creatures. Thank you very much, Rainbow, for coming in. You very much love to you.
Yeah. So what is your longest show, Willow?
That I've done?
Yeah.
I've done nearly 3 years, and I can't remember what subject we did, but we got so invested in it. It was nearly a 3-year show. Have a relaxing time. Says missing time.
Yep. That's the plan.
What about yours, Michael?
I have done 3 or 4 hour shows. I have done 5-hour phone talks with guests.
Wow.
Prior to coming on, just talking about the shows and stuff about that. And so I can go long. It's just I prefer to keep them rather short, and I have to remember how to shrink down the audio file so that I can upload it in full on some platforms, because if I go over 2 hours, it seems to scream at me that the file's too big and I gotta shrink it down.
William says, who wants to talk about cryptids? Well, it's the fact that I can't say the word properly. So Tom one night said that I said cryptids, and it's just stuck. Just stuck.
All I gotta say though is, if you are gonna do a show about that, oh man, I almost got myself in trouble. I was going to say there better be
Come on,
visual.
Michael. You know this is a no hold bar show. You can say whatever you want.
No, I did end up saying it. I said there better be visuals. Then
Got
I was like,
yourself
no,
stuck
wait,
there now,
no.
Lo, haven't you?
Knowing you guys,
Well,
you would get like all male visuals and be like, see? And it's like, that is not what we were talking about.
listen, guys. You have seen Naked Attraction on the telly where they strip down, and people
what?
look at Naked
Oh,
Attraction. Have you never ever
it's
heard that?
horrendous.
I knew you.
What
What
in the
people
world
do-
are you talking about?
Right,
It's not
Michael.
rude.
For Michael and people out in America that's never heard of Naked Attraction, Channel 4 did a show called Naked Attraction where people, it's like a dating show. So they get naked and they judge by or
The shape of the body in certain parts.
yes.
So you get
I'm
say
not quite
say
so
you had
sure.
like say there was a woman, right, and they had say 4 men lined up. You couldn't see the top, but you could see from the bottom down.
Yeah.
And they would go and have a look, and they would. It's a bit like blind date, but you've got to pick them up.
Now she knows all about it. She knows
Yeah.
all about
I do. I'm old enough to know about that now. So the look,
Like,
what
did
attracts
they
them
get
to
to get a
certain
feel?
shapes, certain shapes and stuff like. It's a good job they're not blind. They'll be feeling the way, wouldn't they? That.
Right. Good. And it's just, I think
Yeah.
it's hilarious to show. I think it's absolutely hilarious. But guys, we will wrap it up there. Have a good weekend. I hope you have an amazing weekend, whatever you're doing. I hope you have an amazing weekend as well. Whatever you are
You as
doing.
well.
Can we have a demonstration? Are you asking me to get naked, William? Not tonight. I'll do that in the next show. But everybody have a good.
Oh yeah,
everybody
the
have a
one
good
I'm not
weekend.
here for.
Don't be sorry, you fool.
It's on the
It's on
telly
the
too,
telly
Michael.
too. I'm
But you
not
guys have a
quite
good
so sure I
weekend.
want to go see that.
You all